Living by Design is brought to you by Chris Meadows and Harvest Girls International, featuring world-renowned self-esteem coach, Dr. Jewel Diamond Taylor, today on Living by Design. Tony Lamont presents Living by Design with host Kathy Holloway Hill. Kathy is a strong, powerful voice. She entertains, informs, and inspires her audiences everywhere she goes.
Hi, and welcome to the Living by Design show. I am thrilled to be sitting here with the self-esteem doctor herself, Dr. Jewel Diamond Taylor from Los Angeles, California. She came all the way here to our fair city to work with Harvest Girls International to do a massively powerful session on personal leadership. Jewel, welcome to Living by Design.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I've been watching you just evolve.
Oh, bless your heart. You're just absolutely awesome. I'm just so excited. I've interviewed a lot of people, but I've never had an opportunity to interview the self-esteem doctor herself. So, you came to Indy to where, and I love Chris Meadows, by the way. Shout out to Harvest Girls International for putting on this amazing personal female leadership, which is how you say it.
Yeah, that's my signature series that I created called Leadership Forum. It's specifically for women in mind. So many women have not been able to walk in their leadership role because they didn't even realize they were leaders. Leaders in their home, leaders in the church, leaders in the community. A leader has influence, and so we want to learn how to shape that influence so that it's positive, so that it's far-reaching, but you have to start with your sense of self-worth first. And so that's what we focus on a lot, is your self-worth, knowing that you've been given a gift, you've been given a talent, you've been given a vision, you've been given an idea, you have influence. And so we want to be able to make that influence significant, to make an impact on the kingdom, to make an impact in their homes, an impact in their business, but also to create an income.
We will rock you. Come on, come on, come on. We will rock you. Yes, yes. Jewel Diamond Taylor's gonna rock you. Come on, y'all, sing it with me. Jewel Diamond Taylor's gonna rock you. One more time, come on, come on. Jewel Diamond Taylor's gonna rock you. We've all been broken. Yeah, we've all had breakups. Yes. And we've all had breakdowns. But today we're going to have a breakthrough. Because when the self-esteem doctor comes up here, she wrote a book about it. It's called Shift Habits. So today you're getting ready to get your shift together. So I want you all to stand up again and give a loud, proud welcome, Indiana welcome to the self-esteem doctor, Jewel Diamond Taylor.
I teach what I call my leadership. I teach leadership in California where I live, and when I was sharing it with Chris, she said, well, Jewel, you know, I'm doing leadership too. I said, well, girl, we need to collaborate. Because we vibe together. We see each other. And as female leaders, we need to find those that we vibe with, those that see us, that are not intimidated by our gifts, that are not intimidated by the uniqueness of who we are. Because see, can't nobody do Jewel Diamond Taylor. No, that's right. And can't nobody do you.
That's right. That's right.
So don't worry about that. But you make a difference. And the one thing you have to realize is that you are a salesperson first. All right. You are a salesperson first. Now, I don't sell Amway, Tupperware, jewelry. I don't sell none of that. But I had to realize as a leader, if I don't sell my vision, if I don't sell myself, when people interact with me, the first thing they're looking at is, do I want to spend any time with her? Because you know how we do, we look each other up and down. Come on, let's tell the truth.
Yes.
Come on, we read each other.
Yes.
Do I want to have a conversation with this person?
That's right.
So if you don't pay attention to your image, if you don't pay attention to body language, eye contact, handshakes, I'm a hugger. But what I've learned, not everybody hugs.
That's right.
Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
Some people are like, let's get to the business.
That's right. That's right.
And some of us want to talk. Girl, did you see my grandbaby? Let me show you my grandbaby. Look at your grandbaby. Let's get to business. So you have to know how to read people. My education is in psychology, understanding the mind, learning how to read people. And so as a leader, you're going to have to really tap into psychology, understanding how people think. Because you got to sell yourself. You want a grant, you got to sell your vision. You want people to help you, you got to sell them why it's so important that they commit to you.
You better say that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I love what you said about you. It first begins with you.
Yes.
Because if you have an empty glass sitting here and you have a vessel,
Right.
and that vessel is full of water, you can pour some water into a glass. But if that vessel is empty, there's nothing you can pour into it.
Exactly.
So you can't pour into someone else if you're empty.
And so many leaders, so many women, so many head of the household are burned out. They're tired.
Amen.
They haven't learned the importance of delegating or prioritizing. You know,
Yes.
we can't do all, be all to everybody.
Exactly.
And so women that are head of the household, raising their children, going to school, running a business, running a ministry, they are empty a lot. They're
Yes.
running on empty. They
Right.
haven't found the right people that are compatible to their vision, that are compatible to their personality.
Right.
And so it's important, what we talked about today, is learning the importance of delegating, prioritizing, and finding people that you vibe with, people that get it,
Yes.
people that are there for the long haul, not
Exactly.
just for, you know, the good times, but they're for the grunge work. Roll up their sleeves, ride or die. I see what you're trying to do. I'm there for you.
Right.
And you know what, Kathy? You know it's sometimes difficult for us to accept help.
Oh, that is
Right.
so true. We would
Yeah.
rather just do it ourselves
Rather just
because
do it
I know
ourselves.
how I want it done.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
That is true.
And when we're in a crisis mode, sometimes we don't want people to know that we're going through. We perceive it as a weakness, and it's really not. It's just that it's an opportunity for us to actually empower others. Some people are looking for an opportunity to be a blessing, to serve, to help. There are many people that are being overlooked because others are driven by ego or their pride. I don't need anybody. I don't need any help. I'm good. And so we want to empower women of the importance of creating a team, creating people around them that can serve the vision. And we talked today about learning how to be number one at being number two.
Amen. And I thought that was a powerful moment. Dr. Jewel, I want to ask you about, because there were so many things that I was just dying to just pull out of you because you're just so powerful. I want to ask about forgiveness because I know it has so much power, and forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you.
Yeah.
And we have to put our ego aside, and we have to put self aside and the flesh aside and stop saying, oh, woe is me, this person did this to me and this person treated me wrong, they rejected me. Well, sometimes rejection can be your protection from a bad situation. So talk a little bit about forgiveness and the power of it.
Forgiveness in some people's mind means, you mean they're getting off the hook? There's no justice for what has happened to me? But I say, I need to let go for my peace of mind. I need to let go because this is now a heavy baggage that is now slowing me down, poisoning my soul.
I like that.
I'm looking for closure. And you know what? There may never be closure. You may never hear, I'm sorry. People are who they are. And so I think that's part of the process, is not only letting other people go, but letting ourselves off the hook. You know what? I saw it. I chose to ignore it. I didn't deal with it. I ran from it. I thought I could fix it. I thought they would change. And so when we begin to recognize this pattern in ourselves, we will tend to stop attracting people that will wound us.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yes.
You absolutely deserve to use it in that manner because you are giving her power that she needs. I'll just say that.
And you know, a lot of people are not ready for the responsibility of power.
Exactly.
We would like to blame other people.
Yeah, hold that thought. We have to take one quick break, and we will be right back with the Self-Esteem Doctor. Don't go anywhere. The Bible says where there's no vision, the people perish. And today we are going to help you define that vision, because we have two magnificent, incredible speakers. And also, the reason that you need to understand personal leadership is because excellent, successful leaders know how to visualize the rewards of success and not the penalties of failure. So ladies, right now, I want you to stand on your feet and give a loud and proud round of applause to our founder, our CEO of Harvest Girls International, my sister, Miss Chris Miller.
So that it consumes the external, so they know you worship the eternal. So in what God was saying is what's on the inside of you. If it's full, it's going to manifest on the outside. And people are going to know it's something about you. They'll tell you, it's something about you. What is it? And then you can say, it's the eternal. How many of you like Reese's peanut butter cups?
Oh, yeah.
You understand? How do you find that inside of a Reese's peanut butter cup? I'm going to tell you. I saw this Reese's peanut butter cup. And when they first came out, I said, Reese's peanut butter cup. Reese's peanut butter cup. So the word says it's a peanut butter cup. Okay, so I wonder what that looked like. Let me see. So till I read it, I had a little faith to believe that it was a peanut butter cup, because I believe the word that it said on the outside. So I opened it, and I said, okay, here's the cup, but where the peanut butter? Okay, so I took it apart. I said, wow, this looks good, I like chocolate. But where the peanut butter? So I looked inside, and there was not even a hole in there to show me how did they infuse it with the peanut butter. The only way I knew how to figure out where the peanut butter was, I had to go deep inside. I had to open it. I had to crack it open. And when I cracked it open, I saw the peanut butter. And I said, well, then the word must be true. The word said peanut butter cup, even though I couldn't see it. But I saw it, but it wasn't until I tasted it that it was confirmed that the peanut butter was in there. Sometime in your life, you know that people saying, girl, you awesome, you amazing, but you can't see it. You say, oh yeah, well, thank you, I don't know it. But you have to receive it and believe it. But you'll never know it for yourself until you go deep inside of yourself and break yourself open. Sometimes you have to be broken in order for that purpose to ooze out. I had to break the peanut butter cup in order for the peanut butter to emerge. And not only once I was broken, when I broke it and the peanut butter came out, then I had to taste it. So a lot of times in my brokenness, I couldn't taste nothing good. I said, oh, my husband done left me. Oh, I got 2 kids. I got twin boys. Oh, I'm working. I got bills. I got this. I was broken, but I never tasted what it really would taste like if I just went in and called my purpose forth, even in the midst of my brokenness. And so sometimes in the midst of your brokenness, you can even smell it. It smells like peanut butter. Your purpose is, if I sniff your sister, say I can smell your purpose. Say I smell your purpose. I can smell your purpose. I can smell your purpose. I can smell it. And what I want to say to you today is leadership is in there. You may not be able to see it. You may not be able to, but you can bring it forth.
Welcome back. We are still here with the Self-Esteem Doctor, Dr. Jewel Diamond Taylor, and I'm having such a great time interviewing her. So, okay, before the break, and we were talking during the break, go ahead and continue to talk about, we mentioned forgiveness and the fact that, you know, sometimes it's not about that, it's about letting go. And you know,
words carry a lot of energy, and all of us have a different interpretation of words. And most of the time when you think of forgiveness, it means letting the person go, forgiving them, but you're still holding resentment. You're still hoping for closure.
Good point.
And I believe that transformation and healing and evolving comes from learning new words, expanding your vocabulary, and understanding that words carry energy. So if the word forgiveness carries this angst in your spirit, like, I don't want to forgive, then read language and say, you know what? I'm going to let go of this because it's not serving me well. I'm tired of carrying this pain. I'm realizing now that I can't change the past. I'm realizing now that this person, a lot of times, Kathy, people are not even aware that they're hurting us. A lot of times people hurt you, and then because they're not evolved yet, they think because you called them out that now, oh, you hurt me.
Yeah.
And when you recognize that that's who they are, what did Dr. Maya Angelou say? She said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe
I was
it.
just getting ready to say that.
Believe it.
When the handwriting is on the wall,
Yes,
read it.
Read it.
And apply it.
Yeah.
Or realize that, what that message is trying to be. Because every situation that we go through is painful. There's always a lesson there.
I believe that.
There's always a lesson there. And our job is really not to necessarily think about why they did what they did, but to learn the lesson that is being given to us, because that's our blessing. I mean, the blessing comes from the lesson. That's how we grow.
Yeah. Well, I'm here in Indianapolis at the invitation of Chris Meadows, Harvest Girls International, and our topic was leadership. And one of the things I learned as a mother, when you have multiple children, each child has a different personality. And you can say, wait a minute, we got the same mother, same father, raised in the same household. How do they have different personalities? Well, that helped me to understand leadership, that when you have a team, a committee, a board, don't expect everybody to act the same.
That's right.
Realize that people come with different expectations, different personalities, different backgrounds, different child experiences, past experiences. It shapes who they are. And so as a leader, I like to empower women to understand that psychology so that they begin to train their brain to notice the differences, to be able to distinguish between the aggressive one, the jealous one, the territorial one, the procrastinator, the one who starts but never finishes, the one who wants to be patted on the back, the one that you have to handhold, the one that needs micromanagement, the one who needs macro management. So when you begin to understand that, once you have people around you, you need to understand that everybody's different. Take the time to figure out who's who in the zoo.
You heard that from the self-esteem doctor. I absolutely love that. You talked about courage, commitment,
and connections.
I absolutely loved that.
Women, generally speaking, we are taught to be nurturers. We're taught to lift everybody else up.
Right.
We're taught to be quiet and just, placate, be a doormat, make everybody else happy.
Right.
And I love to make everybody else happy, but that's not realistic. And when there's a voice in you that is crying out and saying, look, I've got an idea, I know what to do, I can fix that, I can make that happen. When you don't honor that voice, I call that self-betrayal. And it's so important to honor your voice. And it's nothing wrong with wanting to please everybody, but when it becomes bent into such a way that all you're doing is people-pleasing and never honoring the gift, the talent, the idea, the creativity, the innovation that God put in you, now you're creating a very toxic situation.
And I heard it said somewhere, and I always like to give people credit for their quotes. I'm not sure who quoted it. It wasn't me. But there are a lot of people who die at 25, but they aren't buried until they're 65.
Exactly.
So that means there are a lot of people who are walking around dead.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Because they're dead on the inside.
Yeah, I've heard that many times, and I like to say too, I want to die with memories.
Amen.
Not dreams. I want to make sure that I'm living my life to its fullest, that I'm spending time with the people that are important to me, that I'm pursuing those things that make me feel alive, because if it makes me feel alive, it's going to make others feel alive. So it takes courage to follow that impetus. It takes courage to say, I'm not following everybody else. It takes courage to say, I'm going to do something different. You know, it took courage for me to leave my job.
Yes.
The plantation.
Amen.
To step out into this platform as a speaker. Yeah, exactly.
I was on the plantation too.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, there are some people working for others, it's okay. But I knew for me, that wasn't working for me. I would never want to judge or make people feel bad because they are at a job. You're blessed if you have a job. You're blessed if you're able to provide for your family. But if you get to a point where you realize this season is over, it is time for me to strike out. See, my father was self-employed. My father had a jewelry store. That's how I got my name. And he used to always tell my sisters and I, work for yourself. That was always resonating in the back of my mind.
Awesome.
But I didn't know how to do it. I just did it. I took a leap. I took a jump. But the reason I'm here today in Indianapolis, the reason I love empowering other women, because I want to be that resource to help them to know how to land on their feet.
You say that.
Because I had no one to show me how to do it. I just did it.
Yes.
I made it look easy. It wasn't easy.
But you had the faith. We're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere because we have the best coming up. Hi, welcome back. We are still here with Dr. Jewel Diamond Taylor. And Dr. Jewel, I want to talk about you and some of the events that you may have coming up in different areas, because I know you do a lot of traveling. And so where are you going to be over the next few months that you'd like to talk about?
Well, yes, thank you so much. I do life coaching, Kathy, one-on-one life coaching for women. I've written several books. I do a lot of keynote presentations, and I do leadership training and time management training. I am the founder of my Women on the Grow ministry, and it's an organization to empower women to grow spiritually, emotionally, financially, relationally, and we have a lot of events coming up. Every year, for 30 years now, I've been producing and hosting my own women's retreats. We have one coming up in Malibu, beautiful Malibu, California. I live in California. That is going to be the last week of September. It's coming up in 2 weeks. We're also going to be going to Hawaii in 2017, April 2017. We're going to Hawaii. But throughout the year, I'm hosting and producing luncheons and seminars and dinners and fun things, educational things, empowerment activities. Every year, I produce Super Goal Saturday, which is an opportunity.
That is so cute.
Yeah, it's a sports football theme, and every January we come in our football jerseys, and I'm the coach in the locker room, and I'm coming hard, and I'm teaching everybody, you know, how to get in the game, how to win the game in the new year, get on the right team, get your focus, keep the main thing.
Yes.
And get ready for the hits, get ready for the fumbles, but listen to your coach. Not only listen to your coach horizontally on the earth plane, but listen to your coach vertically to God. And so I love doing that. I've been doing that for 30 years. Super Goal Saturday Conference. So there's always things coming up. And
now,
I would
what
like
is your website?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Yeah, I want to invite your audience to come to my website, jeweldiamondtaylor.com.
Excellent.
Yeah, simple as that, jeweldiamondtaylor.com.
Okay, so and then that's the only one you have? The only
I have two, but right now we're focusing on that one.
Okay, that's
because
fine.
what I've learned, Kathy, not only do I coach, but I am coached.
Oh,
and what I was told was that to create your brand, use your name.
Excellent.
So we're focusing on that one.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I also offer what we call our 24-hour inspiration line, and I change the message every day.
Awesome.
And that number is 323-964-1523. And people can just call me and listen to the thought for the day. Sometimes it's a prayer, sometimes it's a success tip, sometimes it's just a moment of encouragement. But you'd be surprised how many people call and they're just lifted and they're inspired. And it's just that, you know, like that injection from the self-esteem doctor, like, okay, I can go on now. You know, shot of energy. So it's a spiritual vitamin, and they call 323-964-1523, or they go to my website and they can sign up to receive my newsletter. I've been sending that out for like 12, 14 years now. So there's just so many ways you can plug into me.
And where are you on social media?
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Under Jewel Diamond Taylor.
Yes.
Awesome.
If you go to my website, it has a link for each of the social media.
Awesome.
And I'm very active. I'm also promoting not only resiliency, but emotional and health wellness.
I love
And
it.
so I'm walking 4 or 5 times a week, and everybody across the nation watches my walking videos.
Yes.
And it's inspiring
I have
people,
been.
yeah, to not rest because you'll rust. So I'm inspiring people to get up and move their bodies and walk. And you know what? It's a good remedy for depression. It's a good remedy when you're feeling stressed. I tell them, look, God's gym is free. You don't need a membership. Just get outside, enjoy nature, and move your body. Ideas come, and you're refreshed, you're rejuvenated. Not to mention your body gets great reward. And it's just wonderful. So I'm doing a lot of things, and I thank you for asking me.
Yeah.
And I thank you for having me on your show today, Kathy.
I love what you just said about don't rest because you'll rust.
You'll rust.
Oh my goodness, that is so good. I'm going to have to use that,
Yes.
Jewel Diamond Taylor.
I love metaphors. I love
That's beautiful.
Visuals. And so I
Yes.
teach about the Tin Man in Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Remember, he was stiff.
Yes.
And he needed oil.
And he had to keep moving.
And the body releases its natural oils in the joints and
Right,
the knees
right,
when we're
right.
moving.
Right.
But you
Right.
got to move for those oils to
right.
be released. So not only do we need those physical oils, but we need the oil of the Lord. When
Amen.
you have that oil, there's a healing.
That's right.
Physical, spiritual, emotional.
I have to thank you ever so kindly for talking to our viewers and for just pouring into this workshop
Yeah,
today
yeah,
and
it was
just giving
fun.
us so much of Jewel Diamond Taylor, because you were absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Living by Design. And in the words that Jewel Diamond Taylor would recommend, we want you to learn, live, love, and leave a legacy. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm a
you.
hugger.